All right, so today's video, we're watching a Silver 3 DPS on console playing Ashe Echo Sojourn on Midtown. They say, all right, so here's the story. I'm solo queuing ranked, and while I'm queued for support and DPS, my first game is on DPS. I see I'm on a team with XX, Gabo, XX. And I say that we've got this game in the bag because nobody can beat people with XXXX in their name. What? About 6 minutes into the game, I notice that it feels like I'm just not staying up as long as the enemy team. While I have to give props to their mercy, I still feel like one of my supports was lacking in the support department, as you'll soon see. Okay, we'll see if that's the case. So with that, I'd like to know if I, after noticing the deficit, once again, you're saying your support isn't playing well, should have readjusted my play style, or if there was nothing I could do in this situation. Other than that, tips on my positioning, target priority, and cooldowns would be appreciated. Hope you're all having a fantastic day, and thank you for your time. Note, we don't talk about me booping a Reaper ult into my Juno. I hope that you booping the Reaper ult into your Juno also happens to be the support that you're saying isn't playing well. All right, let's see how it goes.
My servant says it's time to go.
We're off to a hard start already. Okay, so I'm not saying I'm an expert with dynamites, but I want you to point out that you just threw a dynamite that landed right here and was going to get you no value. I see this and I go, why not just throw it above the shield, shoot it above the shield, and get 3 with that dynamite? You just missed out on like 15% ult charge by doing whatever you just did. I will say, even though we saw like a few missed shots there and all that, at least for me, I've had starts like that, right? Where you have a slow start to the game and then you finish really strong the rest of the game. That can happen. But that wasn't your support's fault that you died at the beginning there. That was out of position. That was not on your support. Okay, here we go. That's a perfect dynamite spot. Nice job. Good dynamite. That was good.
Angela's singing with the angels now.
That's why I was mad you missed your dynamite earlier. Because it was such a free dynamite on that one, and then you did, like, that was good. Did high ground? I'm gonna give them... I've been learning a little bit about... Every rank plays differently. I'm, like, okay if they're not going to the default high ground spot. This is great. This is a good spot right now for where they're playing. I'm okay with that. I've started to learn that each rank plays differently, and while high ground's important, it also requires a team to play to that strength and all that, so I'm fine with it. A lot of the times I find that when I watch like a gold game or a silver game, the default strategy is just to slam the cart over and over again and run to the cart. And sometimes going high ground, when I say the default high ground, I mean over here. Like sometimes, like if your team's all playing up there, you're not going to get any value. So I've learned a little bit on like recognize that each rank will play things differently. I always recommend the high ground still, and like, okay, go to these spots, go to that spot, etc. But you know, I also understand that in like a gold game or a silver game, etc. Like you might just slam to the cart over and over again. If they're too passive, they're just standing there. This is fine. I guess I can go to the next part of this though, because this is an aggressive spot in my opinion, in like a good way. I wouldn't push past this as Ashe because this is where you're in a safe, aggressive spot. If your teammates decide to go running into their spawn, that's on your teammates, not on the Ashe being out of position or not in the position right here. This is an aggressive high ground that if your teammates didn't go behind the wall, it's a great spot. I, as an Ashe player, don't want to end up down here trying to fight this. This is not advantageous for an Ashe. You're not playing Reaper. You're not even playing mid-range Cassidy. You're playing Ashe. This is a safe spot. I'm fine with it. There's a reason why the Junkrat in a safe spot and the Ashe in a safe spot are the ones alive here, because they actually played the spots that would make sense the most here, while the rest of the team pushed into their team and then got rolled. You said, yes, but you have told us it's better to push with your team to make a play style than idle. So like, I do like that you're asking these questions also, because this is good. I want to point that out. I don't mind this. It's not frustrating. This is good. It's hard to know how the team is going to play on the first 2 team fights. If this continues to happen, then you make those adjustments, right? First team fight, everybody played up close. It didn't go well. Second team fight, the team played close, but they were in a good spot. Third team fight, they pushed past and then died. So I think this is one of these situations where if this happens a couple more team fights in a row, then you're gonna have to make those adjustments, right? But I think it's okay at the beginning to kind of play a more default thing, where it's like a little bit more default style, and then you make the adjustment. You just don't push there. And like I know people are saying get like sight lines. Yeah, I mean you could go like here, but like I want you to see these sight lines just to kind of give you an idea. Here's one sight line. Do you really like this? Not really. It's okay, right? But once again, you're probably gonna get rolled and get stuck here, right? Or you're gonna end up in this corner and then you're gonna die a little bit later and get staggered. Another angle would have been like right here, so you can see their ankles. Right here, there's not really a good angle. Right here, you can get flanked from this spot, so I guess your best spot would be here. But even then, you don't know what's gonna happen around the corner here. It's just like a lot of that. All right, anyway. Hey, good dynamite. This is the part where... This is the part I don't like. Okay. There's no way after all that discussion you just did this. There is... Listen, Ash, I tried. Ash, I tried.
I'm back.
Dude, listen, I gave you all the... Are you ready, chat? At that point, the correct play is the dying cart. After that team fight was over and they're right here, you hit the dynamite, you die in cart, you reset. I love after all of that, they go to the spot that I'm like, I would not push this spot. So now I go back and go, hey, if you're gonna do that, you might as well have done it from the beginning. It's not a huge stagger by any means, but it's definitely a stagger. Oh, man. You curious about the Overwatch Classic? What are your questions? It releases at 2 p.m. Eastern. Nice picks, good bob. I'm okay with everything here so far. It's, you know, sometimes you gotta flank his Ash and make a play. Right? What rank is it? I forgot. This rank is Silver 3 on console. There you go. Mid-season patch is today too, yes. You are excited about the Mercy out? I'm sure a lot of people are. Metal Clone, thanks for the 14 months of the Freezer's Prime. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. I got nothing here outside of like, that was just a wild team fight, but I'm gonna be real with you so far. Dude, I don't know what you said, like it's gonna be apparent on like your support and you having to pick up the slack for your support. Where is that? I will say on the flanking aspect, if it creates a good angle, I'm okay with it. What I mean by that is like, you hear about angles all the time. There's a reason why you do that, is it just makes it so you can't look in one direction. Like basically the other team has to worry about multiple different directions, like 1, 2, 3 spots. Are you typing to them there? Are you trying to blame your supports already? Like, what's going on here? You have quite possibly some of the worst, best dynamites I've ever seen. Like, it is impressive to me that you threw your dynamite and it landed on the front of the license plate and just sat there. Like, that's impressive to me.
Here it comes. Someone stop that payload.
It's amazing because we had that whole discussion earlier about like going this and there, and then like none of that's mattered because I feel like you're just playing almost like a random play style here. Why are you... Your teammates are down. You have a long range hero that can, okay, you lost your teammates, you can back up now. You can play it safe. The only way that you're really going to get this team to be able to like cap the point is if you just give them free kills. So what do? Your teammates are dead, and then you go in and give them a free kill at this point on third point. I think what you really need to do is stop focusing on, oh, my support is throwing and I need to make up for what they're doing. When I don't think a top 500 support's going to be able to keep you alive in that situation. Like, never mind in like a silver game where you're out of position and just playing over here. Do you see what I'm saying? Like that, it just feels, you can't expect your teammates to heal you when you're not healable. Yep. Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. I was out of position. What's the update? 2 p.m. Eastern. Are you trying to, like... That's a situation where I understand you have to go to the point, but, like, you can't expect your teammate to heal you in that situation, so you need to find different, like, outlets. There's another spawn door. There's ways to survive that. There's ways to play it safe. It's, once again, like, I don't know if this is where you're starting to think that your supports are not playing well, but I think it's on you. You're expecting to be healed in, like, impossible situations, and then you're getting, like, mad that they're not able to keep you alive. And once again, I don't know how you're reacting, like, in real time, but based off of how you described this game, you were like, oh, it's going to be apparently obvious that my supports are not playing. And like, I'm gonna be honest with you, 8 minutes in, almost 9 minutes in, am I missing something? Is there like a Moira in their back line 24/7? I don't even know if I don't think I've seen that. Nice shot. Nice, good kills. Hey, did I do a junkrat on the floor as an echo? Okay, fly into the air.
Maximum firepower. Ready to re-engage.
Yeah, a little bit better an echo for sure. Doop. Okay, I need to stop for a second here. Dude, there's no way you can expect your supports to heal you when you're playing Echo in a small room right here. Like, you're playing into the strengths that they're here. They have a Junkrat. You're on Echo, okay? Echo is really, really good against Junkrat. Why are you hoping that your supports are going to heal you in a small, like, train up here when in reality you should be going over the top? Like this. See, boom. Now you're up here. Now you can float. Who on their team is going to shoot at you? Reaper? Ramatra? No, you're fine. Look at their comp. You were fine. You should be up in the air. You should be doing damage this way, and you should be going up here. Your supports don't even have to heal you in this situation because there's not many people who are going to be able to deal with you. You get up in the air, you play around the map, you spam out this area, you spam the Junkrat out. If you need to survive, you have a health pack up here. You have survivability tools up here by just sitting up here. You have a mini over here. You have a health pack back here. You have so many opportunities, and you go here. No support is going to be able to keep you alive through that, and if they do, you better have that thank you button ready for your teammate because this is a tough spot to do that from.
We're outnumbered. Mind Dissolution.
Okay. You're down 3, by the way. I want to reiterate this point. You are down 3. You're down 3. You're down 3. You flew into a wall. Okay.
Adjusting strategy.
There's no way you're typing to your teammate right now. There is a 0% chance you're blaming your support right now. There is a... I mean, I'm watching it happen in real time. Dude. Okay, let me give you an example. Boom, you're in this situation. You're Echo. Let me ask you a question. Why didn't you just sticky towards the Junkrat so it would have done initial damage to the tire when it came out? Why aren't you taking the free kill on Junkrat? Instead, your reaction is to randomly shoot, like, your left click. All you need to do is just throw your well, I don't know what it is on console, but, like, the sticky grenade. Just throw it at the Junkrat. That will probably do early damage to the tire. You might even get lucky and hit the tire. And then that has, like, 1 HP, and then you just kill the tire, and you just win that, right? So instead, you don't kill the tire, you mischoose your ability, and then your teammates die to the tire. Now, this goes back to where I want to talk about. Listen, your supports could be staring at a wall right now, trying to heal a wall, for all I care. But these are the moments that you can fix. Your Moira could be over here, looking at this like this window with the flower pot going, oh, I wonder what they have in here. Do they have any good food? And your Kiriko could be over here grabbing a coffee and a vegetable from JJ's mini market, okay? And that's gonna have nothing to do with what you're doing up here as Echo. But yeah, you don't get the tire, you don't use your stickies on it, you throw stickies at a wall and die to tire. That is what I'm trying to tell you. Do you see this?
What is that melody?
Kill the whole surrender to my will.
Get in there, Bob.
I just want you to know you don't have a junkrat on your team.
You're one of talent's
I just want you to know that. Like, you don't have a junkrat on your team. So that junkrat behind you the whole time that was spamming you was the junkrat on their team. Now you have a junkrat on your team. Wait, did you have a junkrat the whole time? Okay, no, they didn't. Now they have a junkrat. They were like Reaper or something. But before that, you didn't have a junkrat on your team.
Thank you for the assistance. Bot disintegrated.
Yeah, I got confused. I'm like, they must have just swapped the junkrat, right? Okay, what are we at right now? 1240. Let me go back. Okay, they were on ball. Okay, they were on Ash. Okay, okay. Just to make sure. I wanted to make sure. I was like, oh, we're good. We're good. They did not have a junkrat. They were on Ash.
Match this BPM. Either way, the payload falls.
I know you're like typing to your team, but like, what are you typing to them about? Like, what? I have seen nothing so far that has made me think that like, oh, I got to start telling my supports not healing me.
Taking flight.
There you go. Tire's already low. And then you miss your shots, but still, it was low. Dude, I'm probably gonna get a spectating VOD from that Reaper blaming their supports for that one. All right.
Let's kick this off.
Oh man.
The payload advances. Adore.
On the move. Adaptive circuits engaged. Reaper. Reverting personality. Echo online. Looks like I had the high ground.
Okay, you got that. Listen,
Feels better.
I got some good news for you. There's a lot you can improve on that won't have you worrying about your supports the whole time. Like there's a lot of room for improvement, which isn't a bad thing. Like I hope that you're seeing what we're seeing now and realizing there's a lot that you can improve on outside of worrying about what your supports are doing. All right.
Reaching peak performance.
Okay. I want to point out their Junkrat stands still a lot, doing nothing. So you have a lot of free kills in this Junkrat. Nice job. Good recognition of that Junkrat. That was a good play. Good decision making, good recognition. Nice job. That's your fault. Why is your first reaction here to fly into a Reaper, to play into the way that the Reaper needs to be able to kill you? You play mid-range there, you're going to win that easily. Remember, it's understanding what the hero has. For example, the way it works, and this goes for shields too, is that when you're on Echo, your beam does more damage when the target is at 50% HP or less. So why would you push into a Reaper to give them full lifesteal when they do damage to you to get them above that threshold that you would need to be able to roll them? Do you see the problem that you're running into here? Is that, like, this is a decision-making issue. This isn't a, oh, my supports aren't healing me, because no matter what, if you try to do this situation a lot, you're probably going to get rolled. which is why I'm trying to get you out of the mindset of like, oh, it's my support's fault. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. All right, let's see how this goes the rest of the way. Good kill.
Peak power. Adaptive circuits engaged.
I'll show you what the drops will be after this game. Or what it's supposed to be. Wonderful. Right into their team. You're not a tank! Actually, honestly, tanks probably get rolled there too. It's 1v5. Reaper has ult, so don't stand in the middle of the... You have mobility! You can fly into the air! You might have used your fly, but I just want to point that out. Stop being low ground Echo! You don't need to be a low ground Larry here. Just be up in the air, take high ground, fly up, do something. Dude! Here we go. Good play, good play, good flank. You use your mobility. Nice job! Hey, you know what? This was a clean third point by this, not the whole third point, but this last 15 seconds, that was good. Good job. A little bit close at times, but good job. That was much better. I don't think you're gonna have any time to win the game, but you can maybe draw it, which would be nice.
Attackers in.
Powered and ready to fight.
I like the Sojourn pick, but I want to once again give you this idea. Play range. Because you're getting you're not playing Cassidy, you're not playing Reaper. You just play range. Just play range. Just play. That's not your support's fault. You're playing Sojourn. Play back. Like they're gonna kill you there. You do not. Your whole team is playing in front of them.
Close ranks and hold the line.
Yes, that's when Classic should be available too. Okay, as I said earlier, your supports could be going off doing whatever, but what we need to fix is your decision making. That is what's gonna fix your ability to climb. You're gonna have games where your supports their monitors are off, their controller falls off the desk, and they have to get new batteries because the battery fell and went under their desk, and they only have one battery, and now their controller doesn't work, and they have to go spend a minute and a half trying to find a battery, and they get a battery out of their spare battery drawer, and that battery doesn't work, and now they can't heal you for 2.5 minutes, right? It can happen. What can help you is your decision making. That's gonna lead you into better spots. So what I wanna see you do in the future is stop running into them as Echo. Play to the strength of Echo. Play range as Ashe. Play range as Sojourn. It's not your support's fault that you're dying in a lot of these situations. Will there be moments where you die because your supports don't heal you? Yes, I'm probably your support. Will there be times where, you know, your teammates are going to be perfect? Yes, it's going to happen. Are there going to be games that are really hard to win or feel impossible to win? Yes, but the one thing you can work on every game is your decision making. Your positioning. And your positioning and your decision making weren't good. So you want to start there. Okay, start there. Look at what you did this game. Stop flying into Reapers as Echo. Stop sitting there as Sojourn and sliding into them and playing frontline. Stop playing Ashe and going into them. Like, fix this stuff and you'll improve. Yes, you're probably gonna watch me on stream do the same stuff, but that's a different story, okay? Listen, sometimes you gotta fly into the Reaper just to make sure they're okay. The point I'm making here is you fix this and you're gonna get a lot better. When I watched this game, I was expecting to see like one of your supports diving into their backline with 25 deaths with the way this was described, and all I saw was, yeah, maybe your Kiriko didn't heal you a couple times. But that wasn't why you lost this game, and I would not sit there and hard focus on that the whole game because you're just going to tilt yourself out of a game. Work on the map control, work on like the positioning, work on all of that, and I guarantee you'll improve and you'll climb. You can do this, you got this, but you need to start there, all right? If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't, leave a comment, all that helps. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. That's where my Discord is. Remember to follow the rules when you join that, all that stuff, and there's no guarantee we get to. We have a lot of submissions. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat below the webcam. Also stream on YouTube, so stop by if you haven't. With that being said, I hope you have an amazing day/night.